Hayes is transcendent. It's a place where you know what you're going to get, you know what you're coming in for, you know that the results are going to be amazing.
Cardinal Hayes High School is the site, and there is some royalty in the house as Johnny Magna and Christ the King making the trip from Maspeth to take on the high-flying Cardinals of Cardinal Hayes. It's all right here, live on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Well, a pleasant good evening, everyone. Dylan Butler here with you. So happy you're able to join us here for this one. It's one of those fun crossover matchups where you have Christ the King from Brooklyn, Queens taking on Cardinal Hayes in the Archdiocese. Always fun as a basketball bounces. That's how you know it's live TV. Bounces right into the table as we're doing our open on camera. But it is Christ the King and it's Cardinal Hayes. Christ the King, you see those guys warming up right now, 9-3 on the season, 5-2 in league. They went off to a 9-1 start. Joe Albertello, their head coach, said, I don't think in my 18 years as head coach we've ever won 9 out of our first 10. But a little bit of adversity right now for these young Royals. They've lost their last two, including on Friday night, 71-62 at Holy Cross. And now they come into the Bronx, a 2-game losing streak, into what is normally a hostile environment. So Albertello wants to see how his young guys match up in that kind of environment. And two guys that they'll be relying on to help navigate those sometimes tricky waters is our two players to watch for Christ the King. On the left, it is Johnny Magna, the junior, already a LaSalle commit. So he's got his D1 commit handled. The junior taking over the point guard duties this year for the Royals after the graduation of Markel Alston. And you see the numbers on the year for Magna. Really great at getting into the lane, creating havoc. You see the assists per game as well, 6.3. Some really good numbers there for Magna. And on the right-hand side, it is Aaron Ellis, part of what is really a terrific group of sophomores. He is one of two starting sophomores for the Royals. And Ellis, the 6'2 guard, you see the numbers on the year, 15.7 points, 4.6 rebounds per game for Ellis. He's a guy who can make three-pointers, can score the basketball, has gotten better defensively as well. So Aaron Ellis, a guy to look out for, certainly for the Royals. As we flip the script over to Cardinal Hayes, and listen, the Hayesmen right now rolling, right? 6-5 and 4-3 overall. So the record isn't indicative necessarily of the way they're playing, because you consider the way that they've played lately. That win here in the Varsity Media Sports Network in overtime against Iona Prep, that wild loss down in East New York to Jefferson, but after that, a win over Canarsie, a win at St. Peter's, and then most recently on Friday, that 68-54 win over Scanlon. So Cardinal Hayes right now playing some really good basketball, and two guys that have been doing that of late, no doubt. There are two players to watch for these Cardinals. On the left, it is the sharpshooter, Christian Brown. 11 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game. Shooting percentage is still not where they want to be, where he wants them to be, but certainly has been shooting better of late for the Cardinals, which is a good sign, especially the way that Malik Fields can play. And on the right-hand side, it is Amadou Barry, AB. He is affectionately known, and also AB, fresh off his first Division I offer. Congratulations to the junior forward, AB, getting that offer from Quinnipiac. Maybe future teammates again with Malik Fields, but picked up that offer after a really impressive performance against Scanlon here on Friday night when he picked up a double-double 17 points, 10 rebounds, also had 3 assists, 3 steals as well in that 68-54 win. The numbers up for Barry, recently averaging a double-double. So those are our players to watch, and we spoke, of course, to both head coaches, and here's what they identified as their keys to this game. For Christ the King, they know all about how Hayes collectively can shoot the three, so they certainly want to come out. They want to guard the three-point line, and also they know how much the Royals want to run, so it's important to get back in transition. And Joe Arbitello, sorry, we have dueling Joes today. Joe Arbitello said, let's handle the environment on the Grand Concourse as a young team. How can we do that? That's going to be a key. For Cardinal Hayes, we mentioned Johnny Magna and his ability to create and get to the basket. Well, you want to keep him out of the lane. Philip Runjo, who we'll talk about, the senior, 6'10" out of Serbia, he gets his buckets all around the basket, right? So you want to maybe try to force him away from the basket, see if he can knock down some jumpers. And it sounds strange from an offense that, generally just hoists up shot at any opportunity, but Joe Lode said, can we be just a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit more patient on offense? That's going to be the challenge, or one of the challenges for Cardinal Hayes. So it is Christ the King coming from Middle Village. It is Cardinal Hayes. It is a crossover matchup in the CHSAA. We'll have starting lineups and the opening tip when we return here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
My second base language is Spanish. La cultura es todo. La cultura de Cardinal Hayes define el éxito. What I just said right now is that when you think about a Hayesman, you think of excellence. Excellence is culture, and that's what we're about.
Help keep Varsity Media's broadcasts free on YouTube by considering an advertising sponsorship. Our coverage of local games helps local businesses get visibility in the community. To learn more about our sponsorship packages and rates, email Ben at varsitymedia.net.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
And here he comes again, off the backboard! Are you serious?
Daly tries another three. That one's good. One from the left corner, now from the right. Daly's on fire with 10 points in the opening quarter.
Loose ball, Keyshawn White has it. He's just going to let it fly. Oh! Keyshawn White from half court. That is cash. What a way to end the third quarter.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
Back here at Cardinal Hayes High School, time for the starting lineups. First for the Royals of Christ the King. We've got Magna running the point. We mentioned Ellis before. Skylar Ragu, another one of those super sophomores. Makai Briscoe and Philip Runjo, the starters for Christ the King. Their head coach, of course, Joe Arbitello, in his 18th season as Christ the King head coach. For the Cardinals, their starters, the same starters as the other night: Hector Almodovar, Bryce Yancey, Malik Fields, Christian Brown, And Amadou Barry, of course, the head coach of Cardinal Hayes, is Joe Lodes. So we're about set to go. A great officiating crew. Carlos Martinez, Michael Smolens, and the legend, William Smush Parker. Terrific player back in his day, and apparently what we didn't know was a big fan of Sour Patch Kids. We only have 5 left, and Smush took one of them. So now we have 4 remaining here at our table. The opening tip goes to the Royals as they will get the first possession of this one. There is Magna. Played off ball last year, had an injury-filled sophomore season. Healthy right now. You see the double quickly on Magna. The rotation, good rotation at that, as they find Briscoe underneath for 2. So Malik Briscoe gets the first basket of the game, as it's now Hayes on offense with Hector Almodovar, a really good sophomore in his own right. AB for 3, back rim, no good. Good rebound by Yancey. How about Christian Brown? That 3 rims out. Rebound goes to Skylar Ragu, ahead of the field to Magna. The fake 3, now the step back. Ragu, back rim, no good. Rebound to Magna. Loose ball goes to Almodovar. 2-on-1, behind the back. Brown, great rejection. That's some solid defense by Skylar Ragu, the 6'3" sophomore out of Valley Stream. You take another look. That is tough. When you are 1 against 2 defending and you don't foul, that is sensational stuff. Malik Fields picks up where he left off last game. Corner 3. That is his sweet spot. As it's a 3-2 lead early on for Hayes. Knocked down 5 triples on Friday night against Monsignor Scanlon. Nice ball movement for the Royals. There is Ragu. Good defense by Yancey. Bounce pass in the lane, looking for Magna. Jump ball. As Magna and Fields looking for it. Possession goes to Hayes. Good atmosphere here on a Wednesday evening. A little bit of an earlier start than originally planned. The JV game, though, and pretty quickly, so why not start a little bit early? As AB, another triple for the big fella, off the mark, no good. Rebound to Magna, and he looks to push. Magna, scoop layup, too strong. Runjo, and that's usually where he's so good around the basket, misses the bunny. Here comes Hayes the other way. Brown, the extra pass. Yancey, corner, 3, bang! So 3s by Fields and Yancey have Cardinal Hayes up 6-2 early. Runjo. The pass, little scoop layup. Ragu, as it's a quick timeout by Cardinal Hayes. It will be a 30. Cardinal Hayes High School is committed to providing an outstanding faith-based college preparatory education that prepares young men for success in college and beyond. Your support of tuition assistance ensures that every student has access to rigorous academics, strong mentorship, and life-changing opportunities. By scanning this code, you are making a direct impact on the future of our students and our community. Thank you for your generous donation to Cardinal Hayes High School today. There's a quick look at some of the crowd here, including the student section behind the basket, as well as the fans directly to our right. 6-4, the early lead for Cardinal Hayes. Almodovar. He'll be guarded by Briscoe. Here is AB. Another 3, you betcha. A second triple by Yancey. They double Ragu right by midcourt. Good defense to force the turnover. There's Fields. Almodovar tries to find the big fella. AB, nice soft touch around the basket as Barry gets his first bucket. 11-4, the early lead. There's Magna. Guarded tightly by Yancey picks his pocket. Yancey tries to go inside to AB. The ball will stay with Hayes, but that's some good defending by the Royals to make sure that they don't get the full aspect of that ollie. When ollie, not the oop as Briscoe broke it up, but inbound underneath to Almodovar. The kick, side of the basket. Here's Almodovar underneath, and he gets 2. Hector Almodovar has been so good, cutting the turnovers down, getting assists, getting steals, getting his players involved. The scoring is the only part of his game that has lacked. So maybe that's a good sign early on for Almodovar. There's Runjo. He's doubled, and they'll call a jump, and the possession will stay with Christ the King. Inbounds for Magna. That hits the side of the backboard. An opportunity now for Hayes to run. It is Fields, backs it up. AB from the foul line. Buckets. And a timeout called by Christ the King. What a start for Cardinal Hayes. 15-4, their lead. I want to remind you of some big upcoming games here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. We head to St. Raymond's in the Bronx for what will be a really terrific afternoon of basketball. See the Patrick School taking on Cardinal Hayes. It'll be 2:45 on Monday afternoon. And then Thomas Jefferson in the main event taking on St. Ray's. That is all part of a really special day at St. Raymond's. As they remember the legacy of Darius Lee, there's a look back at Barry from the foul line. All Hayes early on here. That event at St. Ray's, the Dream Lives On Classic, honoring the legacy of Darius Lee, the former Raven. So out of the timeout. Marsagi in for Christ the King. Nice hustle on the side, but the ball will stay with Christ the King. But you can see how quickly the Cardinals converging on Magna, making life difficult for him. And actually, they have a foul on that play, I believe. Well, I haven't seen it put up on the scoreboard, so nothing to announce there. I think it was just more of a shot clock, actually, a reset. But here comes Magna, rejected by Barry, ahead of the field. Fancy Yancey for 2. 8 first quarter points for Yancey. And there is a foul. This one on Fields. It's his first and the team's first. 17-4 lead for Cardinal Hayes. At least from what we've seen in league play, this is their best start. As that ball deflects out off of Ellis, and it will be Cardinals basketball. Here comes Almodovar. Sophomore to the hot hand in Yancey. AB takes Runjo to the basket. Turnaround jumper is good. And Barry has 6. Full court pressure. Yancey to steal. Almodovar! The defense for Hayes suffocating right now. 21-4 the lead. Marsagi, traveling violation. The Hayes men on the baseline love what they're seeing. Almodovar to inbound underneath. Out to Yancey. Why not, says Yancey. Buries it. 11, another steal. But the ball deflects out to Ellis. 20-point lead for Cardinal Hayes. Here's Marsaghi. To Magna. Down low, Runjo, too strong, gets his own putback. And that ends what was a really devastating run. But Hayes not done. Too strong off the glass for Almodovar. And Ragu goes the other way. Ellis kicks it out to Magna, the LaSalle commit. We said in the open, had to switch over to the one. Harassed and fouled, Carlos Martinez will have it against Amadou Barry, his first and the team's second. But last year it was Magna playing the 2, and this year with Markel Alston, his graduation, it has been this guy, Magna, who gets to the basket for his first bucket of this one, who's had to take over the point guard role. But still with that scoring mentality. 24-8 the lead for Cardinal Hayes. Yancey from the other side of the concourse. His first miss. Slicing into the lane, and Magna, maybe he's starting to heat up. He's got back-to-back buckets for the Royals, and Christ the King will call the timeout. Excuse me, Cardinal Hayes calls the timeout with 1:48 left in the first quarter. With this pause in the action, Varsity Media reminds parents, coaches, and booster clubs, if you'd like coverage of your team on Varsity Media, contact us today to book a sportscast. Your team deserves the best coverage with the best announcers. Anytime, any team at any level can book by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net. An electric start for Cardinal Hayes. They opened up a 20-point lead, now 24-10, the advantage with their inbounds 94 feet from a basket that they have torched in this first quarter. They are on pace right now, and you don't expect this pace to continue, but for triple figures against Christ the King, that is nearly unheard of. Fields the bounce pass inside. Mismatch there for AB. They'll double him. It doesn't matter, as he'll go to the foul line. Another look as Briscoe picks up the foul. And Barry to shoot 2. It has been terrific last few days for AB as he knocks down the first, shooting 75% from the foul line. We mentioned before, Quinnipiac assistant coach Jeff Robinson in the house to kind of see how Malik Fields is doing. Of course, Fields in that game against Scanlon, 25 points as that rims out for Barry. But said, hey, listen, the big fella AB looks pretty good. Let me report back to my head coach, Tom Pecora. And then shortly thereafter, as Marsaghi gets the runner in the lane, the offer from Quinnipiac, so the first D1 offer for Amadou Barry, the first of what we expect to be a bunch. There is the big fella. Barry muscles his way and a few extra steps. Solid defending there by Briscoe, the 6'5" junior out of Queens Village. Joe Arbitello describes him as a junkyard dog, one of those seniors who wants to win. As Fabian Pinnock checks in, number 4 for Christ the King, Joe Arbitello's nephew. Ragu hands it off to Pinnock. Had a great game against St. Francis Prep earlier this year. One of the better wins on the year for the Royals, that in Middle Village. There is Pinnock can shoot the ball, can defend as well. Bounce pass up top to Ragu. 10 on the shot clock, and another steal by Fields. Ahead of the field, Suleiman Cone is hit hard. And that'll be the second foul on Briscoe. A little look at how quickly Cone gets the basket, and then you see the hard foul by Briscoe as Cone to shoot 2. Suleiman on the year, 50% from the charity stripe. His first is up and good. 6'3" sophomore. Against Scanlon. Did not score, but played well for the Cardinals. Second free throw off the mark. Fields trying to get the offensive rebound. Great hustle, as always, by Fields. Dives out of bounds, but Michael Smolens, one of our officials, points the other way. And you see again, full court pressure by Cardinal Hayes. 29 seconds left in quarter number 1, a quarter that has been dominated by the Hayes men. Here's Magna, guarded by Cheksam. Magna looks behind them. Shot clock is off, 10 on the game clock. Cone tried to pick his pocket, but he'll get called for the foul. And actually, correction, that foul on Cheksam. Inbounds, and then a big foul inside as Nas Campbell picks up the foul, and that'll send Aaron Ellis to the foul line. Ellis, one of our players to watch, shooting 75% from the line this year. Knocks down the first. Ellis 15.7 points a game, 4.6. Has expanded his game this year, knocks down both. Really improved after his freshman year. 7 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Christ the King doing a good job slicing away at that deficit. Almodovar tries to beat the buzzer. It's short. Sam can't get the bucket underneath. And that's the end of a first quarter. That was all Cardinal. Hayes. Corner 3. Fancy Yancey was all over it in that first quarter. 11 for him. I think we just showed you all 11 of his points. As it is Hayes with a 26-14 lead after one right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Cardinal Hayes saved my life. There's a school that gave me the second chance. I want all families to understand the investment that you're making in your life. This is a place in which you walk in as a little boy and come out as a man. One thing I can guarantee you is education. One thing I can guarantee you is that he will go to college, but one thing that I can guarantee you the most, that I'm most proud of, is of the man that he will become in the day of tomorrow. Up Hayes and all its loyal men.
Help keep Varsity Media's broadcasts free on YouTube by considering an advertising sponsorship. Our coverage of local games helps local businesses get visibility in the community. To learn more about our sponsorship packages and rates, email Ben at varsitymedia.net.
And back here at Cardinal Hayes, Dylan Butler, our entire Varsity Media crew, 26-14 the lead. First quarter for Cardinal Hayes. It was Bryce Yancey leading the way with 11 for the Hayesmen. And there he is on the ball, guarded by Magna. Spins away, heads it to Fields. Fields, a terrific day the other game Rebound, what a rebound, and put back by Cheksam. Not always the guy who's needed to score, but a good job there by him. Magna playing a little bit off ball now, trying to get to the basket. That one hit the side of the backboard and the backside, that stanchion behind the backboard. So it'll be Hayes ball. Yancey hands off to Fields. What a year from Malik Fields. 18 points a game, 7.5 rebounds. Shooting 47% from the field. Open look. Cone off the mark. Fields keeps it alive, but the rebound goes to Ragu and the other way to Pinnock. Nice move by Ellis to shake the defense. In and out. Cone the rebound. The quick push to Naz Campbell. And there's Fields, top of the key, bang! His second triple of the game. There's Ragu, 31-14 the lead. Joe loads as that'll be the second foul on Fields. I was gonna say that Loads has said, we want to get at least 6 3-point shots up per quarter. And when you look at the stats, they kind of line up to say just that. Generally about 24 to 26, sometimes 30 in that range of threes during a game. So Fields will sit with his second. AB comes back in. Fancy moves by Ellis, doubled on the baseline. Pinnock for 3. Back rim no good. Runjo battles for the loose ball, and the possession will stay with the Royals. It'll be Ragu to inbound. Sky, the 6'3" sophomore at Valley Stream, out to Magna. Magna, great basketball IQ. Dad was a former assistant at Malloy. As there is Runjo. That's exactly what Hayes wants. Runjo with the ball away from the basket. Pinnock spins, trying to shake free of Brown, who's an excellent defender. And an offensive foul is called on Johnny Magna. And that is his first. As Almodovar checks back in for Sam, excuse me. Certainly when you talk about benches a lot deeper for Hayes right now, Arbitello's rotation generally is 2 players. Marsagi and Pinnock, especially with Malachi Hudson out for the year with that ACL injury, as Runjo picks that pass off. And a collision, it'll be a blocking foul as Magna hits the floor. Foul there by Yancey. His first. Couple of subs. And actually that rotation extends a little bit this game as Ethan Fordham, the junior out of Far Rockaway, has checked in as well. There's Runjo, the feed down low. Magna! He's got 6 now. 31-16 the score. Almodovar drives, the kick inside, picked off by Fordham, and now the Royals can run. Scoop layup, no good. Battle for the loose ball goes to Yancey, ahead to Almodovar, and he'll get the easy layup. Hector Almodovar already with 6. Baseline, Fordham, and he'll go to the foul line. Foul there. And that foul against Yancey, his second. You see it again here on the baseline. Good first move by Fordham to get by AB. And now Fordham to shoot 2. The guy's not seen a lot of action this year. Nice touch on that first free throw for the 5'11" junior. Hayes, we know about their rotation. They can go 5, 6 deep on their bench. Really everyone on that bench right now sees time. What is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 6-man rotation for Loads. Second free throw, no good, AB the rebounds. Almodovar splits defenders. Brown, the extra pass, corner 3, Cone, bang! It is raining threes. The ball rolls off the foot of Skylar Ragu as Brandon Bird checks in for Cone. That is the 6th made 3 in this first half by Cardinal Hayes. And they'll have the inbound on the baseline. Almodovar finds Barry. Barry more polished certainly than Runjo. Great look, Bird misses the bunny. Tried to reverse it. I don't think he even needed to be honest, as Marsagi crosses half court. Ragu. And here's Marsagi from Middle Village to Fordham. Runjo backs down, open 3 in the corner, in and out. Rebound to Fields. Nice pass. Brown from Almodovar, side rim, no good. Pinnock rips down the rebounds. 36-17 the lead for Cardinal Hayes. Halfway through quarter number 2. Blocking foul was called, that on Christian Brown. For Chris, his first foul. As checking back in is Ellis for Ragu. Pinnock to inbounds. And again, full court pressure applied by Cardinal Hayes. Excuse me, they're going this way, so still pressuring intensely. Nice move by Runjo. The help came, still gets the finish. Good stuff from the 6'11" senior out of Serbia. Corner 3, buckets for Brown. That is his first 3 of the game. Marsagi gets the long rebounds. It's Pinnock and a double dribble, the call. 20-point lead again for Cardinal Hayes. That is their largest, or matches their largest of this game. The last time these two teams played here at Hayes, good look for AB, misses it short, rebound, Bird and Pinnock look for the ball. It'll be a jump ball, possession for the Royals. It was Christ the King. I remember it well on a Sunday afternoon, coming away with a rout, a rare home loss, at least a one of that magnitude. I want to say it was a 30-point win for Christ the King, and then we were on the call as well. You were on the call for that one, as well as the next matchup last year. That was a Saturday afternoon at Christ the King, and it was Magic Mel leading the way for Cardinal Hayes to a big road win. Here is Brown, stripped on the way by Ragu, but again, great defense by Cardinal Hayes, forcing yet another turnover against the Royals, as Magna will check back in for Marsagi. Inbound underneath for Hayes. Almodovar looks for options, has to get it in. Skies it up for AB. Runjo on him. AB, the feed down low, and Fields will go to the line. Fouled on his way up. Fouled by Ragu, his first. Great look there by Fields. Nice body control by Fields as he will go to shoot 2. Fields, the senior, that is a good sign for Hayes. That's been a little bit of the bugaboo lately for Malik Fields, is from the foul line. Shooting just 52% from there and had some recent struggles. Gets the first one and then buries the second as well. And those free throw struggles actually went through the team like the flu. They missed their first 5 free throws against Scanlon as slicing through the lane. Ragu not there, and then he's also called for the foul. It is his second. 41-19 the lead for Cardinal Hayes. Joe Lodes joked coming in, I wish we had Christ the King, an undefeated Christ the King coming in, instead of one that has lost their last 2 games and no doubt had some intense practices and looking to get back on the right foot. Step back 3, no good from Barry. Ragu lost his dribble, needs some help, and throws it right to Joe Lodes. Do we give Lodes the steal on that? I'm not sure. We have to check the official scoring book. As here's Barry now. Hands off to Yancey. And one of the things that we know, and that's what Joe Albertella said, you've got a lot of dudes, Cardinal Hayes, who can shoot the ball, who can score the ball, and that makes them such a tough team because you never know who's going to be hot on any given day. Yancey, hot hand early. He had 11 in that first quarter. Barry had 7. As the ball deflects out, we'll stay with Cardinal Hayes. For the championship game a few years ago, we had Mike Smallins as our rules interpreter. He played the part of Gene Steratore. Now he's on the court here right in front of us. Corner 3, CB for 3, his second of this quarter. Look at Yancey. (44-19) the lead for Hayes. Here's Magna. Came into this game actually questionable. Saw Joe Lodes before, said feeling a little bit sick. Wasn't sure if he would see time. Nice look underneath. How about the extra pass by Fields? Too strong for AB. Fields, the offensive rebound, rejected from behind. AB open underneath. 9 now for Barry. 27-point lead. Almodovar the steal. Fields the finish. Timeout. Christ the King. 48-19 the lead. As you see again, defense quickly leading to offense as Fields with the finish gets the crowd underneath, excited. Timeout, Christ the King. 1 minute and 5 seconds left. We take a look at the last 3 years for Christ the King. A year ago, went over that hurdle. The only problem here for Christ the King is I think all 3 of those losses, if I look back, were to Stepanak. So they've run into a team that would go on and win the championship and would fall short. A year ago, it was 49-42 in the semifinals. Excuse me, that was 2023. Last year, it was 72-52 in the semifinals. The year before that, they lost in the quarterfinals. Also to Stepanak. So 3 straight losses to the Crusaders. Three straight season-ending losses. Final minute of the first quarter, and who's got that? It's Fields, and that is his third. Also the 5th team foul, so this will send Ethan Fordham to the line with Christ the King in the bonus. He'll shoot 2. He is 1 of 2 from the foul line. First free throw good. As Cone will come in for Fields. A 30-point lead by Cardinal Hayes, 50-20. And Fordham goes 1 for 2 again. Same team on that rebound as Barry brings it down. And now it's Yancey. Back to Almodovar. How about the game that Almodovar had too against Scanlon? Didn't score the ball. 2 points, but how about 6 assists, 4 rebounds, a couple of steals as well. There's AB. Spins on Runjo, the pull-up. Buckets. 11 now for AB, 32-point lead. Fordham quickly pushes it. Side rim, no good. Look at Cone ahead of the field. Cone, no good. Runjo with the rebounds. Quickly ahead. Blocked by Brown, but they'll count it. As we take another look, crowd here didn't like to see that. They thought it was a good block. But count the bucket for Aaron Ellis. 30-point lead. Final shot, why not? That is the first half that Fancy Yancey has had. 14-point lead, or 14 points for Yancey as the lead now 55-22. As we now bring up, you would think the game was over here, Joe Loads. You know, as the student section making their way onto the court here. Listen, they loved what they saw, no doubt. I'm sure you loved what you saw as well. We've obviously been here a bunch. We've seen a bunch of your games. The best first half, at least that we've seen from your guys. What did you think of the performance in the first 16?
You should see us when it's not midterm week. You know, I'm glad everyone stayed home to study when CK came in. It's good. You know, we have an excited crowd. You know, it's different. Any team, when you're making shots, all of a sudden you become a good offensive coach. You know, players make offense look good. But we shared the ball. We played fast. I think starting the game 10 minutes early, maybe that's the new recipe. I tell guys, let's hurry up and win this and get out of here.
Maybe,
okay.
But it wasn't just the offense. It was the defense leading to offense. Full court pressure. They struggle with it. You got turnovers, easy baskets. I'm sure you liked what you saw on that side of the ball as well.
You know, we had a good 2 days of practice. You know, we practiced a lot on our full court press. We're active. And, again, just continue to AB. It's just been AB's been really good. He's getting better all the time. It's just been the AB coming out party. He's under control. And when he's good, we're good. So hopefully we continue in the second half. Yeah,
fresh off the first Division I offer from Quinnipiac, AB has that confidence and feeling well. What do you want to see? I'd imagine maybe the answer might be more of the same, but what do you want to see from your guys in the second half?
Just more of the same, more energy. Let's just keep playing, keep sharing the basketball. Hopefully more of the same sounds great to me, Dylan. We'll see.
All right, Joe Loads, thanks for joining us. Good luck in the second half.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
It is Cardinal Hayes head coach Joe Loads as his Cardinals with a 55-22 lead. It was shared, yes, indeed, including Chris Brown from the corner. That's 1-3. How about rinse and repeat? We'll have another from CB from the corner as it is all Hayes in the first half. 55-22 the lead. You're watching it all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
We live in a community in which every other option is available except the right option. And this school became the right option for me. My mom said to me, all I want from you is for you to graduate from St. Patrick's Cathedral. Y gracias a Dios, en el clase de 2017, yo me caminé en el San Patricio y vi los ojos de mi madre. Yo llorando la abracé y le dije gracias por esta oportunidad.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
And here he comes again. Off the backboard! Are you serious?
Daly tries another three. That one's good. One from the left corner, now from the right. Daly's on fire with 10 points in the opening quarter.
Loose ball, Keyshawn White has it. He's just going to let it fly. Oh! Keyshawn White from half court. That is cash. What a way to end the third quarter.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media. Hey parents, coaches, and players, ever wonder what makes Varsity Media stand out as the tri-state leader in sports live streaming and videography?
If you're looking to optimize your sporting event, look no further than Varsity Media's coverage. Since working with them over the course of the past 4 years through the Elite 5 New York City Football Showcase, their coverage has helped take us to the top.
Varsity Media does an unbelievable job in terms of the broadcast, backgrounds on kids, do a great job of exposure from top to bottom. I couldn't really say anything negative. It's been a great couple of years that we've been working together, and it's just fantastic.
Well, I'll tell you, the fact that you guys are here has helped grow it, really. I mean, Varsity Media's been a good partner with us now for the last couple of years. That brings this game to a much broader audience.
The level of detail and that you go to, I mean, obviously the announcers, the camera angles, the slow motions, I mean, you feel like it's being covered by, ESPN.
If you'd like to book with Varsity Media, reach out at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
The core of what we do is informed by our Catholic faith.
Faith is something that permeates the building.
I would say a majority of our students are not Catholic.
I myself am not a practicing Catholic.
Even though the kids may not be Catholic, they're being formed by those character building values that come from the Gospels, that come from what Jesus taught us.
We really leaned into our faith and our perseverance of Hayes and all its loyal men.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media SPORTSCAST today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves. You've seen the dedication, the long hours, the early mornings, the sacrifice. You know your athlete has what it takes, but how do you make sure the right people see it? The recruiting process isn't easy. Coaches are flooded with highlights, but how do you stand out in the crowd? At Varsity Media, we specialize in creating game-changing ISO videos, high-definition, athlete-focused footage that highlights exactly what college recruiters want to see. With our up-close ISO video, we capture your athlete's key moments. No more wide angles showing other players. This is just your athlete's pure, raw talent. This is more than a video. This is the opportunity your athlete deserves. Give your athlete the edge they need. Make the right impression with Varsity Media's ISO video service. The future starts now.
Merrill, he's got room to go. Merrill towards the end zone. Lost his lid. Touchdown!
JJ Damo, face on, stay on athlete. Controlling the face-off X 3 in a row now.
Keep Varsity Media's broadcasts free on YouTube by considering an advertising sponsorship. Our coverage of local games helps local businesses get visibility in the community. To learn more about our sponsorship packages and rates, email Ben at varsitymedia.net.
Back here at Cardinal Hayes High School, Dylan Butler, our entire Varsity Media crew. 2 points came off the scoreboard. You see it's there, 53-22, whatever the number is. Still an impressive one in that first half for Cardinal Hayes. The best first half we've seen them play. And you heard Joe Lodes talk about different guys and sharing the basketball, and already with 3 different players in double-figure scoring. Malik Fields with 10, Bryce Yancey leading the way with 14, 11 as well for Amadou Barry. You've got 6 for Almodovar, and for Christ the King, obviously the scoring not quite what they're used to. They only had 8 in that second quarter, and their leading scorer, no one in double figures yet for them. It is Magna with 6. We start with Cardinal Hayes basketball. There is Almodovar, bounce pass, good look down low, Fields rejected. Now the Royals look to run the other way. Good defense by Brown. Second opportunity, no good. AB, the rebound. The kick to the corner, there's Yancey. He had the hot hands early on to Almodovar. Averaging just 3.5 points per game, already at almost double that. That pass forced a little bit to the feet of Barry. The other way go the Royals, flying through the lane. Skylar Ragu for 2. Ragu now with 4, and a quick timeout. It'll be a full by Cardinal Hayes. 7-11 left in quarter number 3. Cardinal Hayes High School is committed to providing an outstanding faith-based college preparatory education that prepares young men for success in college and beyond. Your support of tuition assistance ensures that every student has access to rigorous academics, strong mentorship, and life-changing opportunities. By scanning this code, you see it there in the bottom left of your screen, you are making a direct impact on the future of our students and our community. Thank you for your generous support and donation to Cardinal Hayes High School today. As Hayes breaks the huddle. And we joked almost in the first quarter about how Hayes was, that is, on pace for 100 points. Well, they still are after that second quarter. They didn't trail off after the first. Had, I think, an even hotter second quarter, and AB dials it up from beyond the arc. 14 now for the big fella. Runjo, the feed, Briscoe, and a foul was called. And this one, as we take a second look, it'll be on Christian Brown, his second, which will send Briscoe to the line to shoot 2. First free throw for Briscoe, front rim. The junior from Queens Village hasn't had many opportunities from the line, was 50%, but that was very short sample size, just 1 of 2, so now 1 of 3 on the season. And the second free throw is good. Christ the King, a team that only gives up 65.7 points per game. Corner 3. Off the rim, no good. There's Briscoe, the rebound. He'll look to push. Hands it to Ellis. Runjo, the kick out to Magna, gets into the lane, tucks under, and gets 2. 8 now for Johnny Magna. On the season, Christ the King averaging 72 points per game. As it will go out. As Mike Smallins asked for some assistance from Smush Parker. I can never call him William Parker. Terrific player, played at Newtown High School in Queens out of the PSAL, went on and played at Fordham, had a great career there. One of those playground legends as well. You need to if you have a name like Smush, right? A nickname as Loose Ball Fields. It'll be Hayes ball underneath. They won't have a reset of the shot clock, and they'll count it down to 11 as some chirping happening underneath, as they'll have 21 on the shot clock. Magna to inbound underneath. Here's Ellis. Kick out to Briscoe, hands it off. Magna splits defenders, the runner in the lane. That's nice stuff. That is D1 stuff there from Johnny Magna. He's in double figures now for the Royals. Yancey, the extra. Almodovar, if they're going to give it to him, he's going to take the shot, misses the layup. We go the other way. Into the lane, and that is good by Ellis. Brown for 3, no good. Ahead of the field, Ellis for 2 more. And it's 58-33. Brown to AB. That's where I think he has an advantage, taking Runjo off the dribble, misses the layup inside. Briscoe the rebounds. And here is Runjo. The look down low, Briscoe, too strong, fields the rebound. He'll push it ahead to Yancey. And then it'll be Brown fouled underneath. So Runjo gets his first foul. And Christian Brown to the line for 2. First is good. Had a pair of threes in the second quarter, knocks down his first free throw. Brown averaging just under 64% from the foul line. Gets them both. Magna splits the double team. Nice extra pass. Runjo, the runner in the lane. He's got 6. And Barry, the spin in the lane, switches hands. That's D1 stuff from him. 16 now for AB. Runjo the kick. The 3. No good by Ellis. It'll bounce out of bounds. Here's Almodovar, guarded by Briscoe. Fields turns, takes Runjo to the basket. Now the kick outside. CB for 3. Bang! Third triple of the game for Christian Brown as the lead again up to 30. There's Magna to the basket. He had 6 in the first quarter as Yancey gets the layup. As now it's a track meet. Ellis for 2 the other way. Fields the kick to Yancey. AB open, top of the key. Bang! His second 3 of the third quarter. And the lead now 70-39. Look at the look from Yancey on the baseline, the kick out, and the triple by AB. As with 2:45 left, it is a 70-39 lead for Cardinal Hayes. Once again, we remind you, on Monday afternoon, we head over to another part of the Bronx, over to St. Raymond's High School, where it's a terrific doubleheader that we'll have for you on the Varsity Media Sports Network. It starts with the Patrick School out of New Jersey taking on Cardinal Hayes. That'll be a 2:45 tip in that one. And then the main event, Thomas Jefferson out of the PSAL against St. Ray's. This is the Dream Lives On Classic, where they will be honoring the legacy of Darius Lee, the former St. Ray's player. Part of a quadruple header. You'll have the St. Ray's and Jefferson JV at noon, and then after that, Brandeis and St. Mary's out of Manhasset doing battle. But that's the Dream Lives On Classic. The final 2 games right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Our guy Kevin Bunk will be on the call for that one with Andrew DeLoya. Skylar Ragu intercepted by Yancey. We go the other way. Almodovar rejected there as well. Loose ball, though, picked up by Campbell, and he hands it to Yancey for 2. And then Yancey with the reach-around foul. It'll be his 3rd. Yancey up to 18 in this game. Yancey will go to the bench. Cone will come back in. Marsagi to inbound in front of us. Gets the ball back. Nice pass to Runjo. Runjo up to 8. But the question here is, can the Royals go on a run, and they'd have to make it a substantial one, certainly. And they've yet to really figure out how to stop this prolific Hayes offense. Corner three, no good. Runjo, the rebound. Numbers now for the Royals. Fighting his way to the basket is Ragu for two. 6 for Skyler. Here's Cone, hands it off to Brown. Brown likes that matchup, takes him to the basket for 2 more. 7 in this quarter for Christian Brown. And then a foul called on Cone. It'll be his first. 13 now for Brown. Checksum comes in for Almodovar. 74-42 the lead for Cardinal Hayes. Ragu fouled by Campbell. That'll be Naz's second. Hayes looking for their 4th consecutive win. Some contact, no foul though. Briscoe. Top of the key, Fields for 3, bang. 13 now for the Quinnipiac commit. His 3rd triple. And another foul called against Naz Campbell. Naz will pick up his 3rd. And that is the 5th team foul against Hayes, so that'll send Fabian Pinnock to the line to shoot 2. Pinnock on the year, 3.9 points per game. Too strong on the first free throw. Rims out. Only his 2nd free throw attempt of the year. He made the first one. So quick math will tell you 50% from the line now for Pinnock as he knocks down the 2nd. Inside the final minute, 3rd quarter. Still all Cardinal Hayes in this one. Fields, and next to us, fans asked for a foul, they got one. It'll be a blocking foul underneath. This on Briscoe, that is his 3rd. So baseline inbound for Hayes. Checksum does so to Cone out the Fields. CB to Fields. Ooh, a little alley-oop. Cone! Send it home, Suleiman! And the crowd gets excited on that one. The ollie and the oop. Baseline, no good. Maybe some more showtime. Cone to Campbell, the miss inside. Pinnock races the other way. Marsagi pumps the brakes for 2. And the 3rd quarter ends. That 3-quarter court shot would not have been good by Fields, but you get the crowd electrified when you could do something like this. Look at Fields. He sees Suleiman, and Cone will send it home. 79-45 the lead for Cardinal Hayes. Final 8 minutes of regulation when we return here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
The core of what we do is informed by our Catholic faith.
Faith is something that permeates the building.
I would say a majority of our students are not Catholic.
I myself am not a practicing Catholic.
Even though the kids may not be Catholic, they're being formed by those character building values that come from the Gospels, that come from what Jesus taught us.
We really leaned into our faith and our perseverance up Hayes and all its loyal men.
For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports.
And back here on the Grand Concourse, Dylan Butler, our entire Varsity Media crew. What a game for Cardinal Hayes. 79-46 lead over Christ the King. Yancey, step back three. Fancy Yancey. 21 now for Bryce Yancey. Fordham into the lane. Look out. Ran right into the truck called Brandon Bird. And Bird will get called for the foul. Good to see Ethan Fordham up. Student section behind with the chance of We Want Saleh. Looking for Saleh Atariwa to check into the game. Pinnock goes up top. Here is Ragu. Ragu underneath. Good stuff from Skyler. The plus for Christ the King is they scored 24 points in the third quarter. Had a big jump up from what they did in the first half. The negative is that Cardinal Hayes scored 24 as well. So a wash in the third quarter means a big lead heading into this fourth quarter, as now Hayes looking to run. Here is Yancey. Check Sam. Sam to the bucket. His fourth, an 84-48. It feels like at this point the only question will be if Cardinal Hayes can get to the century mark. Suleiman Cone to the cup and rims in. And a timeout called by Christ the King. (86-48) the lead for Cardinal Hayes, as these two programs certainly no strangers to sending guys to the next level. We'll show you right now some of those guys out of Christ the King. Hey, a little bit of a UCLA pipeline, huh? Markel Alston, Brandon Williams, both in the West Coast. So is Brandon Gardner after transferring from USC. Devin Vanderpool doing well down at Florida Atlantic, and Dwayne Pierce, originally out of Iowa State, now at North Carolina A&T. Christ the King, I've often referred to them as the New York Yankees of the Catholic League, which is weird to say considering how close Cardinal Hayes is to Yankee Stadium, but it is true when you think about the history that Christ the King has, and on the 6 McDonald's All-Americans, the now 11 players in the association, the 10 city championships as well. There is Bird on the baseline. Bird is the word. 40-point lead for Hayes. Pinnock, that's a good look. Nice up and under move by Ragu. Kind of quietly, Ragu has played well offensively for Christ the King. He is in double figures with 10. There's Bird on the baseline. So athletic. Bird, scoop layup, no good. Pinnock fouled on his way to the basket. So Fabian, after making his only free throw of the year coming into this one, he will attempt a few more as Yancey picks up his fourth. So Pinnock went 1 of 2 from the line, his first trip there. Misses his first. Second free throw good, so second trip to the line for Pinnock. He does the same as the first, splitting the free throws. The other question is, who do we interview after the game? I mean, we know that all of the Cardinals will make their way here. Corner 3, Fields in and out. AB misses the bunny inside, and loose ball. What do we have? It'll be a jump ball. Statistically speaking, I think AB is the leading scorer right now. Actually, no, Yancey overtook him there with 21. Now, we do have 2 headsets, so we could potentially speak to a couple of Hazemen here after that one, as Fordham brings it the other way, right at AB. AB with the swat in transition. Good hands by Marsaghi, the interception. Pinnock to Marsaghi, corner 3, no good. Cone. And again, good hands by Joe Loads on the bench. They're saying from the stands, that's a shot. You got to take that shot. As Almodovar approaching the midway point of the fourth quarter, 88-51 is the lead for Hayes. Nas Campbell, why not? Back rim, no good. Cone, second chance opportunity. Loose ball goes the way of the Royals. Pinnock, good kick. Marsaghi for 2. Six for Benjamin Marsaghi. Cone, crowd getting excited. I think they get what they wanted. How about Campbell? This one he'll bury. A 3 by Campbell, 91-53. Pinnock, Marsaghi, the fake, down low for Briscoe. This is a bit of an anomaly here for Christ the King. First of all, you'd have to go back in the record books really to find the last time that a Joe Arbitello coach team has lost 3 in a row. It's been a while, because Arbitello, when we take a look at this current list, this is the winningest current coaches in the league. It starts with Tommy Frere, who is inching closer and closer to that great 500-win milestone at 494. But then you look at Arbitello on 350, and Loads right on his tail with 346. They were higher on this list until Mo Hicks decided to come back in the Catholic League to come in with Spellman. As look at that, the 2 head coaches before the game sharing some words, talking about the season for both of their programs. But like I said, they were both higher on the list, and all of a sudden Mo Hicks jumps everybody with all that history that he had. At Rice High School. Brandeis before that, then Rice, went on to the college ranks. You might have a scorebook situation. There you see it again, Hicks. After Rice High School, he left to become an assistant coach in college, took the college route for a few years, and then has returned this year, first year at Cardinal Spellman. So 407 career wins. We'll get some explanation from Mike Smolens. As we appreciate Mike Smolens. They're just checking both books for the amount of timeouts. So it wasn't a discrepancy necessarily in the scorebook. A lot of times if you have the wrong number down or the wrong name, it's a technical situation. Just checking the timeouts remaining. Make sure that both books are where they should be. Fields the three, no good. Skying for the rebound was Fordham. He was hit there. And Atariwa picks up the foul, so fresh into the game. Atariwa picks up his first. We've not seen Saleh in a while. And I think the way that AB has played is a big reason why. Barry has played so well, has earned the right to stay in games, but Atariwa gets the rebound off of the miss by Pinnock. Campbell. That one was long, and it will bounce out of bounds. And now the benches will empty. Joe Vitale comes in for Christ the King. Vitale, the senior out of Howard Beach. Final 2:35 in this one, 91-55. The lead. We do remember, of course, in that winning over Ossining, Hayes went over 100 points. Might be more difficult to do it here. Bird in the lane, too strong, and a foul will go the other way. Emmanuel Romero checked into the game, went over the back, called for his first and the team's fourth foul. So both teams have emptied the benches here. The only regular still in for Hayes is Almodovar to run the point. Off the hands there. Oh, and off of Vitale's hands. And Almodovar brings it across. Inside the final 2 minutes of this one. Maybe we'll let our director, Chris Sweeney, make the final call, or maybe we'll go with two guys. We'll see. Actually, we won't even tell you. Well, you'll have to find out when we come back from break on who gets the interviews, as a foul called, a blocking foul against Brandon Bird. It'll be his second. And this will send Ethan Fordham to the line. So Fordham, it is his third trip to the line. Both of his first two trips, he went 1 of 2. Knocks down the first. All of his points to this point from the foul line. That is third. Next free throw is good, so he'll get both, Ethan Fordham. Christ the King, as we said, 3 straight losses. They'll look to bounce back, taking on Millennium, Arizona up at the Hoop Hall in Springfield, Massachusetts. Romero, the 3, no good. Atariwa, the fan favorite, gets in the scorebook. Corner triple, side rim. Atariwa, another rebound. Final minute. Atariwa being a point forward. Here is Almodovar. The triple for Naz Campbell. His second of this quarter. 96-57. I think Hayes will fall just shy of that triple-digit score that some of the fans here certainly want to see. Pinnock scoops shot up and under. Atariwa, look out. Big man coming the other way. Get out of the way. Romero, the kick. Campbell feeling a little bit. Maybe a little bit too much off the backboard. As Pinnock, the extra pass. And the jumper in the lane. Getting into the scorebook, Makai Taggart with 2. As the student section chanting goodbye as the final seconds will tick off for this emphatic 96-59 win for Cardinal Hayes. We'll take a quick break, and we'll have our player, or maybe players, we'll see, of the game when we return here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
My second base language is Spanish. La cultura es todo. La cultura de Cardinal Hayes define el éxito. What I just said right now is that when you think about a Hayesman, you think of excellence. Excellence is culture, and that's what we're about.
Back here at Cardinal Hayes, a big win for the Cardinals as they beat Christ the King 96-59. It is a flock, I guess, of Cardinals. I'm not sure if you call it that, but joining us here, Bryce Yancey, our player of the game, 21 points to help lead Hayes to this big win. And Bryce, man, listen, it started early on for you, right? 3 threes in the first quarter, 11 points. Once that shot hit early, I'd imagine you felt really good going the rest of the way.
Yeah, I started feeling good since the walkthrough and since practice all week, you know. I've been working on my craft, you know, shooting free throws, shooting threes, you know. I've been locked in the whole week because we know this is a big game for us. We started off 0-3. People doubted us. We just had to lock in and show what we is.
You guys share the ball offensively, a lot of production across the board, but also defense led to offense, and a lot of the full court press, the turnovers led to easy buckets. That was a big part of today's game as well, right?
Yeah, we trying to work on our defense a lot, we're trying to get on fast break buckets, a lot of fast break points. Yo, chill.
Yeah, Bryce, like you said, though, you had the 3 losses early. They were doubters, right? But now 4 straight wins, 5 out of your last 6, I think it is. You guys are playing really well right now, heading into that big showdown Monday over at St. Ray's against the Patrick School. I mean, how do you guys feel right now? Where is the Hayes game overall?
Oh, we really just locked in for real. I'm not going to lie. Like, we looking forward to Iona on Friday.
That's right. Don't overlook Iona for sure.
We're looking forward to Iona on Friday because we just beat them here not too long ago. And the Patrick School, we know it's going to be a good game, but we're not ducking nothing.
I'll tell you what, when all of you guys are playing like the way you are, the way that you're sharing the ball, scoring the ball, you guys are a tough team to beat, no doubt. And I think you guys proved that in a big way here tonight.
That's a fact. We got a lot of chemistry, and we love each other. We're our brothers.
Love it. Bryce Yancey. Fancy Yancey. He had 21, Malik. Oh! Look out! Look out! I'm not sure how that headset survived. We'll have to figure that out as Yancey. Good thing there's not a game after this. They'll have to clean up the court here at Cardinal Hayes, but gets the water bath here post-game in this great 96-59 win. It started early for Cardinal Hayes as the big fella right off the Quinnipiac offer. AB picks up the 3, and that 3 became contagious as Fields buries one. How about Yancey? We mentioned 5 threes for Bryce Yancey. And there's the alley-oop. Fields to Cone. Fans love that one, certainly, as they jumped on the court here to enjoy that. That might have even been halftime. That's how excited they were in this one, and there you see it. A little early shower here for Bryce Yancey on the court here at Cardinal Hayes High School. For our entire Varsity Media crew, executive producer Ben Turchin, our technical director Chris Sweeney, for Kevin Catalano, I'm Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us from the Grand Concourse. We look forward to seeing you next time right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.